You can start whenever you're ready.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Millo Treasurer, and I'm a sophomore majoring in mechanical engineering. I'm running for treasurer this year. The reason why I want to be treasurer is because I believe that I have past experiences within my family, and just like with money with them, just organizing it and making sure that everybody can like make family reunions and different family gatherings as well. And also I want to add in new systems. So I want to add Cash App into the game so that you as members can like also just come in and be like, hey, I don't have Venmo, but I have Cash App, and that's an easy transition. And also, I would like to add a debit card system where we'd be able to use the money on the actual Venmo or the Cash App, because currently it's just sitting there, not really being used. And in terms of documentation, I would like to start just having everything be more digital and not hard copies, because I believe that with digital copies it's just better to document it as well as have everything organized.
Okay.
Um,
Got to stop
thank
you there. Yep.
you.
All right. So this is Treasurer Offman. Are you ready to ask questions?
Yes. So quick clarification question. Would you have both Venmo and Cash App or just
Yes,
Cash?
it would be both Venmo and Cash App.
Okay. And what are your soft skills and hard skills that you believe could be applied to this position?
Okay. Like I believe that one with communication, you have to be able to like speak with your e-board and tell them like, hey, this is our budget. We have to be strict on the budget, and like just like talk to them saying that this event would be great and all, but if we don't have the funds for it currently, then it's not best for the chapter. And also, I believe that with this position, you have to be strict, because if people keep asking you for money, but you have a set budget that like should remain sturdy, then it doesn't make sense for you to be like, okay, I'll give you the money, and just keep it going like that. You have to make sure that there's order and just strictness within the position.
So you kind of see the constant theme of depending on the budget, you will have to say no often, even if an idea sounds good.
Hmm.
Do you have any can you refer to a time where it was a difficult decision but you had to say no?
Yeah, so for example, for my family reunion, we wanted to go to an amusement park, and everybody already submitted their money to me and everything, and I was like, so if we go to the amusement park, then we won't have a family dinners and all that stuff. So like to the whole family, I just had to say no, it's not feasible and can't do it.
All right, thank you. Those are my questions.
All right. Thank you, Offman. Does anyone else have questions?
I have a question.
All right. Go ahead.
So, hey, Milo. So, my
Hey.
question is in terms of the budget system and the ways that you're going to be adequately documenting records of transactions, money saved, what system do you have in place or will use to utilize the ways that we'll be able to save money, budget money, and spend it adequately?
So currently in my family, like I use a basic Excel sheet with like a whole bunch of like various equations within each cell to just add up the money and all that stuff. And also with documentation, I just scan receipts and make sure that it's all in like one document. And every week or like every time I make a purchase, essentially, I add it right to the Excel sheet and make sure that everything's already recorded and everything. So and also for the expense sheets, I would like to have those completed within 24 hours of the event to make sure that everything is already on track and ready to go.
All right. I also have another question. So, you mentioned that you want to implement a debit card system.
Mhm.
So, according to like code of conduct rules within Penn State, student organizations aren't allowed to have one.
Mhm.
So, in what ways do you think that you can find a better alternative to not having a debit card? Because obviously, being a treasurer, you work with your advisor really closely, whether it comes to issuing P cards and such like that. And
Mhm.
also, even I have another question with that. But first question is, what way will you be able to mitigate the issues with debit cards?
So a loophole to that would be that since we have a Venmo account already, what we can do is just get a Venmo card through the same process. And like right now, like we're not supposed to have a Venmo, but it's just easier to just make everything easy through Venmo. And your second question was, I forget.
Yeah, and so in terms of the P card, there's
Mhm.
now a new way of getting it issued. So obviously within 24 hours, once it's issued to the person that is purchasing, they must
Mhm.
return it back to the advisor. So what way will you be enforcing to make sure that any executive board members that do get the card return it in a considerable amount of time?
So to enforce that, I would ask that you have about 12 to 16 hours to use the card and then return it back to me. And then with me personally, I would go and hand that over to the MEP office and make sure that it's in the correct location.
Thank you.
All right, if anyone has any further questions, I can slightly extend it. Does anyone have any questions? All right, thank you, Millo.
Thank you.